When you stop judging whatever you're experiencing, what is meant to come through you at any given time will, and you will move through this life with a lot more grace, and you will stop feeling stuck. You'll start to feel like you're flowing with the current rather than pushing against it. And that might not always be positive and uplifting emotions, but the heavy ones will not last nearly as long as they have when you've been rejecting them. You'll be able to embrace it, learn from it, grow from it, and experience true positivity, true gratitude, true fulfillment that is not coming from a place of force, but is coming from a place of authenticity. And you deserve that real, authentic version of your life in whatever way you're meant to experience it. Hi, my loves. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome back to my podcast if you're listening there. For those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Michaela. I'm a hypnotherapist and spiritual mentor, and today I'm going to be sharing a message that came through for me that led to a pretty big breakthrough in the way that I perceive myself on my own personal healing and awakening journey that I'm on right now. And I know if it led to this breakthrough for me, that it's important for me to share with the collective, because if you were drawn to this video, it's likely that it could lead to a breakthrough for you. It could provide you with a different perspective on where you're currently at on your path. So always take what resonates and leave the rest, but let me know in the comments below after you listen to this video if it does resonate with you, because we're likely soul family on a similar path, going through similar things, and I think it's so important for us to know that we're not alone and we have community around us. The message that came through is that we feel stuck in our current circumstances when we are judging ourselves for being where we are. We feel stuck on our path, telling ourselves that we're not moving fast enough, that we should be feeling happier, that we should be manifesting more and creating more abundance and healthy relationships, and that we should already be healthier, that we should already be happier. When we continue with that dialogue that we should be somewhere that we're not, we create this feeling of stuckness because we are rejecting our current circumstances and labeling them as bad and wrong. This often happens because we're either comparing ourselves to somebody else who is on a completely different path, who has had a completely different life than us and has a completely different mission than the one that we're on. Or because we have conditioned ourselves to label certain experiences as bad and wrong and negative, and other experiences as more acceptable and positive and signs that we're doing well in life. Now, of course, we crave those positive experiences. We crave those uplifting experiences. And it's normal and natural to want to feel more at peace, happier, and just more content on a daily basis. There's nothing wrong with you wanting that. But the problem is that when we reject our current circumstances and judge ourselves for whatever it is that we're currently feeling, we overlook the message that we're meant to receive, the gift that we're meant to receive, and the knowledge that we're meant to gain from this experience. And I'm not saying that it's easy to do this, but I do think that there's this tendency to think that we're doing something wrong when we're not feeling our best. And it is that illusion, that judgment that we create around it based on our conditioning, based on that comparison, that leads us to not face and feel what it is that is currently trying to move through us. We have to realize that often within us, I see it as this like jar. There's a jar of built up emotion from experiences in your life where you have rejected what you feel, where you maybe didn't have the safety or the tools or the space to feel what you experience. So there's a jar of emotions in there. And the thing that keeps the lid on that jar and keeps that heaviness stuck in your body is the judgment of them as being unacceptable. The way that we kind of start to take the lid off is by removing the judgment and bringing yourself into full surrender and acceptance of what is. The moment you enter into that mode of surrender and curiosity instead of judgment and trying to run away from what you're experiencing is the moment you get unstuck. Because you're no longer trying to move against the current. You are surrendering to it and letting yourself experience what is showing up. Because the truth is, your mind telling you that you shouldn't be feeling these things, it's not true. It's an illusion. Whatever you are experiencing, you have the right to experience. Whatever you're feeling inside is valid. So as I pulled off the lid and started to feel again, I noticed that there was this tendency to feel like I'm messing it up. I'm doing something wrong. I shouldn't be feeling so heavy all the time. I should be moving faster. I should be in this other place. And instead of identifying with those thoughts and the emotions attached to them, I validated myself and I said, I know, sweetheart. I know and I understand that you feel like you should be further ahead. You feel like you're not safe. You feel like you're running out of time. You feel like you should be happier than you are because you crave that happiness, and I hear you. And that must be incredibly hard for you to constantly feel like you can't give yourself permission to be where you are. The main theme that I teach in most of my videos is that the most important thing that we can do when we are experiencing uncomfortable emotions, when we're experiencing that feeling of being stuck and we start to go inward, is to love ourselves the way we needed to be loved as a child, to speak to ourselves the way we needed to be spoken to as a child. Because often a lot of these stuck energies and stuck emotions, they are from our childhood. They're from times when we just sucked it up and tried to pretend to be happy for the sake of the family or because we had to go to school or practice or something like that. And so this healing work of, first of all, removing the lid, which is judgment, and trying to run away from what we feel, removing that lid and letting these emotions come up and then holding them from that role of the observer and treating each emotion like it's your child calling out for help, not identifying with those emotions, but holding them, loving them. That is the true medicine that will break you free from this stuck energy, that will help you to shift out of this more negative, heavy energy that maybe you found yourself in for a while and into a more consistently positive and peaceful place. But it's incredibly important to not get attached to feeling positive all the time, because attachment to feeling positive all the time, again, is going to lead to that rejection and judgment of whatever is currently moving through you. Your power lies in your ability to bring full acceptance and understanding and validation to whatever it is that you're going through. That is what will help you to never feel stuck again, right? Because stuck is just putting a lid on what you're currently experiencing, judging it as bad or wrong, and feeling like you should be somewhere else other than where you are. You get unstuck the moment you decide, I am exactly where I'm supposed to be, even if it's hard, even if it doesn't feel positive or the way that my mind thinks I should be feeling, or maybe I'm not in the same place as that other person that I follow on social media or my family or my friends. But your power lies in your ability to recognize you are exactly where you're supposed to be. It is when you enter into that state of surrender that those emotions can start to come up for you. And I want to talk just a little bit more about another message that I got within this around that love piece, that piece of being that supportive parent to these parts of you that maybe you never had or maybe didn't show up for you in the way you fully needed. The reason why that is so healing for us to experience that love and that full acceptance of wherever we are is because it is home. Source energy is pure unconditional love. So when we give ourselves that love in moments where we're experiencing fear or frustration or anger at ourselves, when we bring that love in, it is like the medicine that reminds us of what home feels like, what wholeness feels like, what peace feels like. And when we can bring that energy in and give that to ourselves when we're feeling stuck or afraid, that is when we experience deep healing and we come back into wholeness within. It is from that space of wholeness that we experience true peace, that we experience our full ability to manifest more positive outcomes for our lives. Because when we can create peace internally, even if we're not where we feel like we're supposed to be, we start attracting more of those experiences into our lives. So I truly feel like this is the most important work that we can do. Stop thinking that we need to be somewhere we're not. come into this moment, come in and connect with ourselves, remove the judgment, hold ourselves, and bring that energy of unconditional love in. That is the most healing thing that we can do. And I know that for some of us, it might be challenging to access that feeling of unconditional love, but I highly, highly recommend calling on your support system, whether that be God, source, the universe, your angels, your guides, past loved ones. Maybe it's a person in the physical that you tap into their energy of how much they unconditionally love you. And you call that in to begin to experience what that's like. And sometimes it can be really overwhelming to experience that all at once. It is such a powerful energy. So you might feel just a little bit coming in. Whatever your body can really handle is what will start to come in. And for me, sometimes I feel like it's like butterflies in my belly and this like tickle on my heart that feels like so good, yet I want to start sobbing at the same time. So that's how it feels for me. Comment below if you've ever felt a presence of unconditional love with you. What did that feel like for you? What did it look like? How did it show up? I know for me, sometimes hearing other people's experiences when I hadn't experienced something like that before helped me to realize, oh, I have experienced that, because sometimes it comes in so much more subtly than we think. So I hope that you guys found this message helpful. I hope that you will just allow yourself to be where you are and know that your mind might not be able to understand why you've been in this same place or feeling like you're on the edge of a breakthrough but not quite there yet, but your soul knows what it's doing and you are exactly where you're supposed to be. And I know it can feel tiring to hear that over and over again when you just want to have your breakthrough, but your breakthrough will come after you surrender and allow whatever is trying to move through you the space to move through you again. That's where your true power lies. You are not doing anything wrong. You are right on track. You are right where you're meant to be. And I'm sending you so much love as you navigate this journey. Thank you so much for being here with me on my channel. I appreciate every single one of you who comments, likes, and subscribes. If you're wanting to go a little bit deeper with me, I have a whole online shop of guided meditations and hypnotherapy sessions that I've created to help support you along this journey. It's a great way to support my small business and my channel if you feel called. But either way, I am so appreciative of having you here in whatever capacity you are here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.